Hi, my name's Kate Barber and I live in Sydney, Australia.
And what made you join the group? What's inspired you to write your own book?
Um, I saw the call out for how to write a book in 40 hours and I didn't quite believe it was true. I have lots and lots and lots of material. I'm a dance teacher and I specialise in early childhood creative dance, and I'm extremely passionate about holding the space for young children to be creative and um, contribute to a group, which is their peers, without parents interference, or without adult interference, and they express themselves creatively, and that's my big passion. We just happen to do it with dance and story and nonsense, and they discover skills without fear of failure, without fear of someone telling them what to do. They actually, their skill development is far greater than a rote learning type of teacher-directed type of learning. So I'm really passionate about that. I have never thrown out a class plan, never thrown out an idea, and I have files and files and files of class plans, and I want to get all of this out. And as you can see, once I start talking, it's just this great big verbal mess. And what I've decided is to kind of narrow it down and just pick a selection of class plans that I created a number of years ago. I don't teach them anymore, but they would be perfect for a novice dance teacher, someone who is often teachers become quite afraid of what to teach the young children. They become quite afraid of how to interact with the parents of these young children. So this is just a really simple, accessible, fun. It's not rocket science, but it certainly breaks the mold of how dance is taught to young children, and it's to inspire and give energy and give new life. So I don't teach these anymore. So how nice I think it would be to have them in a book form, and I can pass on and they can be reborn somewhere else and take on their own life.
Awesome. So how are you finding the speaking? Because a lot of people think that they have to sit down and think and type, and there's kind of a bit of a disconnect when you're trying to do all of those things at the same time. And this course actually teaches you to speak your book, as you said. The minute you start going, you can really go, right?
Yes.
How are you finding that?
Yeah, talking's fine. I have no problem with talking and getting all of my stuff out. The problem is I have thousands and thousands and thousands of words, so I'm up to the stage where I'm just talking. I haven't edited anything. So the talking part's easy. And I probably like a lot of other people in the group, I didn't grow up with a computer. So I grew up writing longhand. So for me to try and, so I don't type and write on the computer. I find it really hard. If I'm going to write stuff, I write it longhand. Mm-hmm. And then it's a bit of paper and the kids come home from school and, it gets lost somewhere amongst all the paperwork. So by getting it all out verbally is certainly a really great idea. If I'd known it earlier, I probably would have started this process perhaps a little bit earlier. But what I like about your story is we've got the framework. Okay, this is what you do next, and this is what you do next. And yeah, I might get a little bit confused at some points, but I just move on to the next one, and I'll come back and I'll chat to you or chat to someone else in the group, and to help navigate my way back to what's required.
So you're someone who had a lot of material, a lot of knowledge, so it's almost like everything was building up to this point. It hasn't been a waste of time that you've kept all of this information, right?
Yeah, no, definitely not, yes.
So now you've just found a way to package it.
And I think this will open up the door. So, I mean, my work and my love is in the importance of teaching creatively to young children. And there's an amazing woman called Brene Brown, and from her I learnt this really clear message that as a human, our birthright is we need creativity in our lives. Like, we cannot exist in this world without creativity. And I'm someone who's incredibly creative, but I'll only do my creative task once the kids are fed, or once I've paid this bill, or once I do X, Y, and Z. And creativity becomes an optional extra that's on my to-do list that hopefully I will get to at the end of the day. So now being So anyway, that is my passion for all of us to incorporate creativity in. And I don't quite know how I'm going to get that out into a book, but by choosing one part of the files on my bookshelf and creating a book about that, I feel will open up the door to it'll just get it
That's
out of my head
wonderful.
so that the next story can move forward like a wave.
Fantastic. Thanks so much.